We just watched a truck pull up. Construction crews, hard hats, are now boarding up the windows of this building as we speak after last night's fire. But as you mentioned, 9 people killed. 1 is still in critical condition in the hospital. More than 30 people had to go to the hospital as a result of this fire. And we've watched people coming by the scene all day. We've talked to firefighters. And really, it's just unbelievable what they encountered last night and the difficulty in fighting this.
That's right. And we spoke with Mayor Paul Coogan earlier today as well. He is promising accountability, though he says it's too early to say if anyone should be held accountable for this as they search for answers as to what caused this fire, whether there were working smoke alarms and sprinklers inside. As we mentioned, dozens of people were rescued, many by firefighters on ladders from this building. The mayor's office telling us tonight all the displaced residents have now been relocated, though some still have questions about that. Some are going to other facilities, while some will be staying with family.
We also know that crews were able to get the patient records out of the building, so that's a huge help for the many survivors who are just trying to figure out what their next step is. But as I mentioned, we did talk to a number of firefighters here on the scene when we got here around 3 o'clock this afternoon, specifically the head of the fire union. And he talked to us about how difficult it was going from room to room. This isn't your average 4-wall building that firefighters encounter when you have a house fire, something like that. There were a lot of rooms, nooks and crannies, heavy smoke, and patients inside who are not mobile. Take a listen to his really grim detailing of what it was like going from room to room last night. You described it as chaos when you walked up. Why is that?
You had staff from St. Anne's Hospital bringing wheelchairs over in a triage area, getting the people that were affected by smoke inhalation to the hospital. You had active scenes where we had people engage in active rescue operations, and you had crews that had gone through 2, 3, 4 bottles, and some of our members also had to be transported to the hospital. 40 minutes into the fire, we made entry into a 3rd floor. The first room we found the body. The second room there was clean. 3rd and 4th room were both bodies, and we had to search these units alone, which is something that goes against what we do. But given the situation, we didn't have an option, or we didn't have a choice.
And like you said, Shannon, the grim reality of what first responders were faced with when they arrived here around 9:30 last night. The firefighters union has been highly critical of staffing levels, saying if they were different, more lives could have been saved last night. Our Kate Wilkinson was at the union press conference earlier this afternoon and joins us now live with what they had to say. Kate?
Yeah, union leaders say if they had more staff, they could have saved more lives. But Mayor Paul Coogan says now is not the time to talk about this. After 9 people died in the tragedy at this assisted living home, local firefighter union leaders are asking, how much does a life cost?
Lives would have been saved if the Fall River Fire Department was adequately staffed.
Less than 24 hours since the tragic fire, firefighters gathered outside Gabriel House saying the fire department is below the national standard when it comes to staffing fire trucks.
Those additional 8 firefighters, in my opinion, would have effected rescues, would have saved lives.
But in an interview with 12 News at 4:30, Mayor Paul Coogan says it's too soon to point the finger in the wake of this tragedy.
The focus should be on those 9 people, their families, and what we're going through here.
A 2010 study from the National Institute of Standards and Technology found that 4-person fire crews were able to complete several essential firefighter tasks 25% faster than 3-person crews. Union leaders say they have tried to bring this issue up with the city for years. Coogan says the city has based their budget on the fire chief's recommendations.
Set the number. I don't know enough about fire department staffing. I can't figure out how they work those shifts, so I don't know enough about it. But he asked for a number, we gave it to him.
But firefighter union leaders say the mayor has the power to act now.
The mayor can decide tonight to staff this city properly. He can order the chief tonight to put 4 firefighters on every piece of apparatus in the city, and it would be done.
Union leaders say out of the 10 trucks that the fire department has, only 2 meet the national standard. Live in Fall River, Kate Wilkinson, 12 News.